welcome back to another episode of the Eat Sleep Stream podcast. As always, my name is I forgot my name. My name is Gus, aka Bruin, and today I am here with Kathy with the K. How you doing, Kathy?
Good, and
I'm
yourself?
doing good. For I think we've been trying to get doing this for a little while now. Both been busy, and that's one of the
Mm-hmm.
things like I want to say right off the bat is I really admire pretty much I guess the grind in a way on your side because
Oh, thank you.
for someone to do what they want to do like streaming like yourself, and then I guess we'll kind of get into it briefly if you want to, but you're
hmm
kind of open with it in your stream, like where you work, you go to school, and you
hmm
do this to where you don't really have that much set of a schedule, but when you do get on, it's always a good time and always fun.
Yes.
So for the people who don't know you, can I have you introduce yourself? And
Of
then
course.
what do you stream?
Of course. Okay, so hello everybody. My name is Kathy, aka Kathy with the K. It's very confusing. So my name is actually spelled my what's that thing called? My handle, Cathy with a K. Very confusing, but it's actually spelled with a K. Um I've been streaming since last year, so May, I think 30th, 2018 was my stream start day. I believe it was, and I started on PS4. I mainly stream Fortnite, but every once in a while I'll do Rainbow Six Siege as well as Sims 4. Very fun games to play for me. So,
And what are you? I know because right now you're doing something kind of special in Sims. What are you doing? And then how far are you
oh,
along with it?
all right. So right now I don't play it as often because I only obviously do the challenge while I'm streaming. But right now we are doing the 100 babies challenge, which is basically you're making 100 babies. And I think I'm only on baby number, I think 4. I have one toddler. I mean, I think I'm 4. Yes, 4 babies right now. Only 4.
How long does it take? I've never really played
I
Sims. That's
honest
why.
I honestly don't know how long it's gonna take. I'm sure if I like play it for hours and hours and hours, it shouldn't take too long. I mean, it's still gonna take a while because I actually watched Mrs. Dr. Lupo do it, and she has a ton of kids already, and she's nowhere close to 100. Um, but yeah, because I think to be pregnant, it takes like maybe I don't even know how many days in like the Sims days, but it doesn't take too long. So literally, right when I pop one out, I'm trying to get to the next one.
It's kind of crazy, like talking about that as opposed to like in real life.
I know. It doesn't work that way in the real life, but you
And how
know.
long did it take you to get to four so far?
um, I think every the first stream I did, I had 2 kids. And then the other ones, because I don't think I played Sims too often for the third and the fourth, so I think only 4 streams so far, but only like a couple hours basically.
And then I guess backtracking a little bit, what made you
hmm
decide on the name Kathy with a K? I mean, I know the name's kind of straightforward, but why is that as like your hand?
So there's really no like straight answer as to why I picked that name. So backtrack when I got my PS4 as a Christmas present back. What year was that? 2015, 2014. Well, I don't know when it came out. But as a Christmas gift, and I had the hardest time making up a name because I had a name, and I'll say it now, and it's very funny. But it, like in my name in Hawaiian, my name is Catherine. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing this right, but it's basically spelled Kakalina. And so, of
Yeah.
course, people are going to make fun of it. And that was my name before. And then I got tired of it because everyone started making comments and it just started getting on my nerves. And my brother just randomly started saying, like, Kathy with a K. I was like, that makes no sense. And he said, but spell it with a C and then end it with a K. And I was like, interesting. And I don't know, I just, ever since then, I liked it. And, people actually start calling me that in real life. Like, some of my friends call me that by Kathy with a K. So it sticks, it works. So,
Okay. And then I know you mentioned. I'm assuming this is the same brother that I'm about to talk about. But if you watch Kathy streams, your brother plays with you sometimes, and
yes.
he used to stream. Is he the one that got you
hmm
into streaming? And if so, how did like he get into it, or how did you get into it? If that was
Okay. So he kind of persuaded me as well. I have one friend that I've been playing. I actually met him through Siege when I used to play on PS4 a lot back when it first came out. I met him through Siege, through some other friends, and he's the one that was actually like, "Do it, Kathy," because he started streaming. He was like, "Oh, it's so much fun. You'll like it. It's like so enjoyable." And he's the one that pushed me to buy the camera for the PS4. And my brother was just like, he was just kind of on the sideline. He didn't really like tell me anything, but he was just like, "I'm sure you'll like it." He wasn't sure because I've always had like these different hobbies that I never really kept up with, and this is like probably like the longest one I've kept up with. So they kind of influenced me more of my friend that I met through Siege, and then I have another friend, one of my childhood best friends, her husband and herself. They visited last year around May, and he was telling me because I used to have a YouTube channel, and he was telling me how like I should start streaming video games because he knows enjoy playing video games all the time, and he has friends that do it, and I don't know, they all just kept saying do it, do it, do it, and I was like, I don't know, like I don't know if anyone's gonna like me, I don't know if anyone's gonna enjoy watching me. And one day I just bought the bullet and just decided to buy a camera and started streaming.
And so you said you've always been like gaming. Do you remember like the first game that got you like hooked into gaming?
Yes. I was in the fourth grade? Fourth grade. I was in the fourth grade, and I don't know which PlayStation, PS2, PS3. It was one of those. It wasn't my console, it was my brother's. I always played on his consoles because he was the one that always had them. It was SOCOM.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know if anybody knows
Is
that
it
game.
SOCOM Navy
Um,
SEALs? I think. Oh, okay.
yes, yes. The very first one is what got me hooked to those kind of games. And then I kind of faded because my dad used to bring us like games from his job. He used to work with Macintosh, I think it is. So he used to bring us like free games, and I would play like different computer games. But I was never like really into it. But I would always be playing something. And then what re got me back on everything was my junior year when Black Ops came out. That's when I started. Uh oh, my screen kind of.
Oh,
Oh, there it was.
you were good
Whoopsies,
on
my
mine.
computer like went black. Okay. Um, then Black Ops came out, and that's what got me hooked all over again. And then ever since I got my PS4, I don't ever stop playing whenever I get the chance.
So that was junior year of high school, right? Yeah, because
High
Black
school.
Ops that was a little ways away.
Yeah.
And so now you said you just play Fortnite, Siege, Sims.
Fortnite, Siege. I tried Apex. I might try it again someday, but it's just too much going on for me to like get used to. Yeah, Fortnite, Sims, Siege, and yeah, that's it actually. Those three games
And
that I usually rotate.
compared to, because I know you play probably Fortnite the most. What
Hmm.
in terms of BR, what like why that one as opposed to Apex or PUBG or any other
I've never played PUBG, so I can't really speak for PUBG. I've seen gameplay. I know I have friends that have watched, but I've never played it, so I feel like I can't really talk about that one. I don't know. I think Fortnite, like as much as I suck at the game, I feel like it's easy to get used to. Um, I feel like there's not too much going on compared to Apex, where like Apex has all these. I mean, they both have a lot of
one? Hmm.
guns in the game, but like there's like these shields, like the different level shield. I don't know. For some reason, I just can't get used to it. Um, I don't know why I choose Fortnite, and I know it's not because it's like probably like the biggest game that's going on right now. I think it's just honestly don't know. I can't really say why I enjoy playing Fortnite. It's just it really gets my attention, and I always enjoy it. I don't really rage on the game too, so that's really a plus for me because I used to rage a lot
Oh
on Siege
really?
for ranked. Yes, I used to rage for ranked only, not like casual play. For ranked, I would rage. In Fortnite, I never raged, and it's really nice to have something that I can just like calmly play for the most
And that's kind
part.
of crazy because like every time like I've seen in the streams that I've seen, it's always like I never pictured you to be like a rager.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, I don't think I've really raged. I think I would like the closest to me raging is like I still have a smile on my face and be like, I'm so mad right now. Like I'm about to just control alt delete and end everything. But I don't usually rage with that game at all. Nothing really makes me bad about that game. So except I can never outbuild anybody in that game, but that's about
I'm the
it.
same way. What's your favorite? What's something that, because it's I guess more into Fortnite. What's something that you wish they would have kept in the game? Because you know they're always taking out stuff and putting new stuff. And then what's also something that you wish they didn't take out?
um, One thing I wish they kept was a Tommy gun,
Oh
the drum gun. That noise was just always satisfying to hear for some reason. I just always loved it. So I wish they would bring that back as well as the grappler, only because I can get plays with
yeah.
that.
Oh
And I don't know, it was my favorite thing to always have in my inventory. If I saw it, it would be in my inventory. Something I wish they would take out. Could I haven't been playing recently, so that's gonna be a really hard question.
Have you played since the new season?
Up- Update? Yeah, the new
Oh
season, yes, because I have the battle pass. I got it for
oh
free
yeah.
when they were doing that free battle pass thing, so I got that. Um, I know there's like some things that kind of make me upset, but I think the fireworks just need to go. That one gets me so annoyed. I hear them and I'm just like, great, like I can't wait to fall from this building and just die already. But you know, that one makes me upset the most. I should say, I could say.
And well, I guess in terms of what I guess going back to like just streaming, but what
Hmm.
has been one moment that you've I guess really enjoyed in stream, like a good moment in your past streams, like something
A
happened, yeah,
particular moment, or just like
or
in
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 general.
general. Um, I think in general, it's just knowing that I have what's a good word? The community. I like streaming. It's nice to know that I can make friends around the world. Especially around the country itself. Like I have friends in LA, Texas, New Jersey, like all over, like friends I made through there, and the people actually stick around. Like they amaze me to know, like, oh, like they've been here since the beginning. I mean, I haven't even touched a year yet, but it's crazy how like people actually enjoy me watching. Enjoy me watching, enjoy me playing or doing whatever it is. Um, but yeah, I think it would definitely be the community, making friends, meeting new people, and things like that.
And I guess this is more of a personal question for me that I've wanted to know.
Hmm.
So if so, you have certain emotes. What
Hmm.
made you decide? I think I know. I think you know which one I'm talking about. The burping one. What
The
made you
burping one.
decide
Okay.
on that?
So, if you know me, if you've tuned into my stream since the beginning, I burp a lot on stream and I don't hold back off my burps. And I know that's very unladylike of me, but every time I've done it before I had the emotes, everyone's like, ew, Kathy, like, excuse you, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, man, I need emotes. Like, what's something that I always do in stream that would be like a really good emote to use? Like, when something happens during the stream. And I was like, a burping one. And I was like, so I basically just designed it. And every time I burp, it always pops up in my chat now. So it
And
works.
so I didn't know it was more of like a because is it more of like a? 'Cause I felt like that's kind of how you explained it. It's kind of like people were kind of hating on it before, but now it's like you kind of embraced it. Is it like that?
No one was
Oh,
really
okay.
hating on it per se. They were just like, come on, Kathy, like that's gross. But like it just happens. They weren't really hating on it. It was just more of like they would call me out on it and be like, "Oh, you're so gross," but like laugh about
Okay.
it. So I was just like, it's me. It's like even in person, like out of streaming, like that's what I do.
And what about the potatoes?
So the potatoes, I know it probably doesn't make sense because like we're the potato family, but it's because backtrack to when I first started, I really suck at gaming. Like I'm an extreme potato. So I just started calling myself Queen Potato out of nowhere. And I was like, man, like, what can I start calling my community when people start subbing to me? Like, what is something that'd be cool to call us? And I was just like, man, what happens if I made them like my little potatoes or something like that? I know it's so silly, but I was like, I mean, hey, people want to be part of the potato family, so it works
I
too.
didn't know it was that because I mean it's like you put animations of like actual potatoes, so I didn't think it was like
Yes.
the gaming side of it. And then you also have what
Yeah.
French fries are followers, right?
Yes, but I actually took that out because
Oh,
I was like, in my head, I was like, it doesn't really make any sense. So I just took it out, and now it's just like all
oh,
potatoes. Hmm.
see, that's why I thought it was more of like I don't know. I thought you like really like French fries or something, or like
I mean, I love French fries. Don't get me wrong, waffle fries and curly fries all the way, but
what well is it okay if I say the state where you're from? Okay,
that's fine.
so
Yeah.
you're from Florida. And I know you.
Hmm.
I was just thinking about it. So towards the end of it, we kind of do more of like a talking more for fun. But I guess since we're on the topic, best French fries you've had,
The best French fries I've ever had. That's hard.
or best like fast food French fries.
Chick-fil-A, hands down.
Have you had? I know. I think French fries wise, they're not that great. But have you had In and Out?
I've had In-N-Out once when I was in California, a year and a half ago. Yeah, those were
Oh
good
yeah,
too.
because I feel like those are really like
Mhm.
small and like crunchy. If that makes sense.
I'm not the biggest fan. I mean, when it's super crunchy, I don't really like those
Mhm.
fries. I kind of like where it's in between of like the crunchy and I know it's a weird word, but like I guess
Yeah, I was about to
soggy.
say.
I don't know how to explain the other side of it. But like when there's like a good medium, that's like my favorite fry.
And then, well, I guess again, going back to you overall, what is the first, or do you even follow streamers like either bigger named or smaller name people? Do you remember the first person that you started watching?
Um, I can't say the first person I started watching was Pokey, but my first person that I was actually like I used to watch him every single day, but now I like just don't have time to do it as much anymore was Dr. Lupo. And that's where I've kind of learned some of the things I've done on Fortnite. I mean, obviously I'm like nowhere as good as him, but he was probably the first one that I used to like really thoroughly enjoy watching. Like I loved his content. I just liked his gameplay too. So he was really fun to watch, as well as Scissors. Those were like my top two to watch all the time.
And I've seen you've done the scissors death run.
Yes, I literally lasted for like what 30 was it 30 minutes, 20
Oh, that
minutes?
that was it. That you never done it again.
That was
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah, I never did. I want to try it again, but I'm just like I was so tired when I was doing it that time. I was like there's no way I could even I think I got to level 3 or 4
Pretty
and
good
then I was just like no, I'm calling it quits.
for a half hour. That's actually pretty good.
Was it? I think it was a half hour. That's pretty bad.
Really?
I was stuck on 1 and 2 for like the longest time
Well, I
ever.
feel like I mean, especially with them getting harder over time. And that was what the third one he did, or is it the second one? Third one.
Yeah, that was the third one.
I've never even tried it. I don't even want to because I already know.
I think that's one thing I could probably rage with,
Yeah,
but even then, like I won't rage. I'll be like, wow,
yeah.
I
Like
suck.
I don't rage at all. The closest thing I'll get to is like I don't know if something happens and like I die in Fortnite. But by the time it's like the loading screen to go back to the main menu, I'm ready.
Yeah.
So I know you mentioned in terms of like I guess your day ones that you said that you have. Do you remember who, or do you remember like your one of your most followed, or not most followed, but the person who's been there the longest, or who's always in chat, or a viewer that you'd want to, you know, yeah.
Shout out. um, I can say one that's been in the longest, and he actually helped me grow a lot. He hasn't been on too much because I know he's been busy. We're all busy with lives, which is completely understandable. But we still talk outside of stream too sometimes. I don't know his real name. We never knew his real name, but his name was Boom. Um, oh, Boom Boom Pops, aka Boom, and he's actually one of my first mods that wasn't a family member. Um, so he's been there since the beginning, and there was this one day where he like I guess reached out to one of his friends. Her name is Oh Snap It's Cat. I don't know if you've
Yeah,
heard of
actually,
her.
just saw she's partnered
And
with a team now. Yeah,
yeah, she just became a content creator. So congrats to her. That's so exciting. She rated me one day and out of nowhere. And I didn't even know what that was because to be honest, I don't know too much about like Twitch because that's when I just started. And I was just like, I don't know what's going on. But like all these people started talking in chat. I was so confused as to what just happened to my stream. but then I realized what happened, of course. But yeah, he would definitely be like the first one that I will probably like. I mean, I'll remember all of you guys to be honest. Um, but he's definitely been there since the beginning, since PC World, I should say.
No, you mean PS4 world, right?
PC.
Oh,
He started coming around PC. That's when
oh,
I
okay.
started getting more of my viewers. My PS4, I have my friends that I've known since before I even started streaming, so of course they're my day ones as well. But for PC, yeah, he was like the first one that started watching me. I think he watched me at the ending of my PS4, but maybe that's about it. Yeah.
And then I know, well, we both mentioned about your brother streaming, but how does your
hmm
family, aside from your brother, look at what you do, and what are like their thoughts on
Well, coming from an Asian household, I don't know if anyone knows what that means. My parents are very strict, so they want me to do something that, they were never the biggest fan of when my brother would game till like 2 or 3 or 4 in the morning. Um, I mean, they support me. They actually gave me this room. My brother had initially moved out. He moved back in, of course, because now his setup is next to me. But they actually gave me this room, and I use this room to stream. So, they're like, you could use this for that if you would like to. So that's what I did. So they were supporting in like certain ways, but of course they want me to also pay attention to, like my career when I was in school. Because when I was in school, I was doing this so much more, which is kind of weird that when I was in school, I had more time for this than now that I'm working full time in a part time job. Like I have like zero time for this. Kind of sad, but they're very supporting, especially like my cousins. They're very into it as well. I talk to them about it all the time, and they see how passionate I am about this as well. So they're also supporting in their own ways, I should say.
it? And I'm not gonna say what it is, but I know you mentioned it
hmm
with the job that you're doing. I remember it, but again, I'm not gonna
hmm
mention it. Um, do
It's
you,
fine.
if this were to become a thing to where you can make a living off of this and it paid just as
hmm
much as what you're doing now,
hmm
would you stop your job and commit to this, or what would you do if you had that?
I would definitely drop everything and do this for a living if I could. It's so fun. I enjoy it all the time. Like I could be having the worst day ever and hop on stream and like start talking to chat. It like literally makes my day. So I would definitely drop whatever it is that I'm doing right now and do this for a living if I could, because I could always go back to that. I feel like this opportunity won't always that door won't always be open for me because there's so many people wanting to do this um as a living. So if that opportunity ever knocks, I would definitely open that door.
And I know you briefly mentioned it right now when you were explaining what it does for you. Um,
hmm
I feel like depending on how often someone streams, or even it can take a toll on somebody. Like anything that
Yeah.
commit yourself to. What do you do to help yourselves in that situation of maybe getting drained out or anything like that? With
From getting drained from
yeah,
streaming? Well, I don't do it too often, but I can say there was a moment, especially when I was on PS4, I was literally doing it every single day, maybe 6, 7 days a week. Anywhere from 5 to 7 days a week, I should say. I was streaming every single night. And at one point I realized, wow, like I I need time to myself. Like I need to, do what I gotta do, spend time with family. So that's basically what I do. To get my me time. I feel like this is me time too as well though. This is like my time. What I do different things. I either work out, that definitely like takes away a lot of the stress. It's a big stress reliever for me. Whenever I have the time to, I work out, or I just hang out with my friends and family. I know that's very basic to say, but like those are the top two things I would do to just like get away from this if I need to.
and do you ever feel? Has there ever been a time where maybe you start streaming and everything's cool, and then you're just over it at like you know what I mean, like something. It could even just be relating to your personal life and just so much stuff going on. Have you ever had a situation like that?
I don't think I have. I think the only thing like that would have made me stop, and I don't even think it's happened, is if like I had to take care of my nephew or something like that. Like I can't stream that. But I don't think anything bad was like my mood has dramatically. It's usually the opposite, as I've mentioned before, where I'm like I can be very upset and then hop on stream and like super happy again. So I don't think that's ever happened to me at all. No.
And aside from streaming, what hobbies
Hmm.
do you like to do? Or yeah, I know you kind of mentioned it right now too, but what do you like to
Yes.
do aside from streaming?
Gymming whenever I get the chance to. I used to gym a lot back when I first started streaming. I was working a lot, and that was one of my favorite things to do. Another thing that I like to do is shop. Say,
I'm sorry, you cut out for like
but
2 seconds.
oh, you're fine. I don't know where to go back, so I'll just start all over. So one of my favorite things to do is work out. Whenever I get the chance to, I will. If not, I like to go to the mall, either window shop or actually shop if I want to. I used to like to bake a lot. That used to be a big thing, and I know I baked once on my stream. I
Yeah,
think you were on there. It was around Christmas time. I was making my Christmas cookies. But I like baking sometimes, but no one eats it in here, so that's why like I kind of stopped because it
wait,
just
nobody
sits
eats it at
there.
your house?
Um, Nobody eats. I mean, my brother eats it, but literally like my parents won't eat it. Sometimes I don't eat it. I just bake because I like baking, but I won't
How,
eat
if you
it.
don't mind me asking, how many people are in your house?
Right now there is five, including the baby, six.
No one wants to eat it.
Well, like we'll eat it, but my parents
Oh,
aren't big
okay.
fans of sweets, and it depends on what it is. And myself too, like I'm not the biggest fan of chocolate. Um, I like sweets a lot, but it just really depends on what it is. And I try not to eat too much of it too, so that's probably also why. Um,
All right.
so
And then, let me see. What would you tell somebody who, or you, maybe even if you, I don't know if you've already told people this, but people who, you tell them you do streaming and they have no idea what that is. And they might even think like, and you kind of explain it, and they might even still be like, why would somebody watch you do that? You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not just saying like about you.
yeah.
That's how a lot of people view it. Everybody who does it.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
What would you say to someone like
To
that?
that,
Yeah.
like, if somebody asked me that kind of question, I mean, I've never had that experience except with my parents. I guess I could use them. I mean, obviously, I would tell them like what it is exactly and what we do. I know like my parents have been like, because we watch like the big time streamers, and they'll be like, "Wow, people actually like pay them, like they get money from this." I'm like, "Yeah, like I don't." Sometimes I don't understand it. I'll be completely honest. I'm like, people donate like $500 to people like it's
Yeah.
nothing, and I'm just like, why? But I was like, I guess if people like enjoy what they watch, like for them to keep on going and to improve on their content, if you want to watch them grow, like that's basically what they do. But I don't know how I would explain that to somebody, because I've never came across that situation. I don't know. That's a hard question for me, to be honest.
Um, I feel like I've talked about this in a past podcast, but you were mentioning like why people would pay, to watch it, and somebody was explaining that, and I see that now. It's like, for instance, let's say you streamed every day for 5 hours a day,
Mhm.
and I watch your stream every day for 5 hours a day. I pay for Netflix, which is what, $10, $15 a month, and
Huh. Yeah.
what am I doing? I'm watching TV or whatever movie it is for however many hours in a month. But it's kind of the same thing. Like, you're providing me so many hours of entertainment. Why would I not pay,
That's so
five
true.
dollars a month for a subscription?
Oh wow. Whoever said that, high IQ. Because I would have never like thought like, oh, Netflix, Hulu, we pay for this monthly subscription to do what? Watch
Yeah.
people on the screen. Oh,
And then it's kind of like
interesting.
the same. It's kind
That's
of
a
like the
very good
same
way to
thing
put
with
it.
like professional sports. Like, everybody
Yeah.
watches the Super Bowl, but nobody ever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some people do, but no one really ever plays football. You know what I mean? But they can watch it.
Yeah.
So that's the way I kind of
Mm-hmm.
feel it is with someone who would say like, "Oh, why would you watch Ninja play Fortnite when you can go play Fortnite or you can, So
Yeah.
it's kind of like I see it in that way. To where so if someone wants to pay for
That's
it,
very
then
true.
I mean, it's their money first off, but kind of the same thing. You're paying for
Mm-hmm.
entertainment through other means. I mean, I paid $20 to go watch a movie the other day. Like that was two
That's very
hours.
true.
But
Hmm. That's a very good. I like that. To say.
uh, so what? Let's see here. Okay, so aside from now we're gonna get to just like more not really specific things or anything related to like your stream. It's more just like random questions to just ask.
Mm-hmm.
Before we do that, is there anything you do want people to know in regards to your stream? Because I always like to say like this is kind of like this is your episode to where this is your like origin story with
So cool.
streaming and to get people to want to watch your stream. Is there anything which you'll get a chance at the end too, but is there anything um that maybe you can say that would like pull in somebody to want to watch your
To want to
stream?
watch me. Oh man, honestly, sometimes I feel like I'm boring. Like I'll be completely honest, and I'll feel like I mean, I'm like, how are 13 people watching me right now? Like I don't. I'm like, what? But I don't know. I guess something. I might have to get back on that at the end. I have to think of something that could try and pull somebody into watching my
It might
stream.
be hard because I mean you're the one doing it. It's kind of hard to look on the outside in.
Yeah.
For me at
Uh-huh.
least. So I think I might have told you how I found you, which was pretty much random. Like I used
Mhm.
to, which I still do every now and then, but I would just go to games I like, so like Fortnite, and just
Mhm.
scroll like as much as I could or a little like whatever it
Yeah.
is, and then I forgot what your title was, but usually titles will like pull me in. Do you remember or no? I don't remember at
Oh
all.
gosh, I used to have I not the typical clickbait titles, but I used to have titles where it's like it can kind of get somebody to
Yeah.
watch it if anything.
Well, I don't remember
Um
what it was, but I remember it was something that like wanted like you said like to drag somebody in. And then
uh-huh.
yeah, that was pretty much how I found you. And then I always like follow or I always watch and then follow and then stay around to see, if it's somebody I would want to keep watching and subscribing to or whatever it is.
Mhm.
And then for me it was the first thing I noticed, which I think I've told you like multiple times. I think you have like the
Mhm.
best playlist of music that you play while you're streaming.
I think that's a good one to pull
Yeah,
people in.
because it's not, how would you say, it's not that it's random, it's that it's
Mhm.
different genres and it's all like music that like I feel like my range of music I listen to is really wide to where out
Mhm.
of all the streamers that I've seen, you're the closest to like what I listen to overall.
Oh.
So that's why like that and then also the people you play with too. It's funny, it's entertaining, it's also good gameplay too. So
Oh.
yeah. But all right. So now to get into, well, not into too personal stuff, more of fun stuff. Current
Okay.
song on repeat.
Ooh, right now, oh god, I have to get on my Spotify. For some reason, like I sometimes can't think of like titles or like the artist. Um, right now I have two. We're all the way in the bottom. Right now, of course, it's "Sucker" by
Oh
Jonas
yeah,
Brothers. I don't know if I
yeah.
think you said yeah, you said you heard it. Yeah, it's because we were talking about it on one of my streams. And the other one I keep replaying is "Nothing Feels Better Than This" by Alex
By Alex who?
Leonard, Lenard. Leonard, is it? That's
Leonard.
Leonard,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Leonard, yeah.
Gotta check that one out. What do you? Were you a fan of Jonas Brothers before? Well, before now.
Yes. I mean, not as big as like, you know, oh my god, I'm your number one fan type of thing, but I was a really big fan too. When I was in middle school, we even had like I had a group of friends where we were all one of the Jonas Brothers. But I wasn't the main three. I was the little brother, Frankie
Okay.
Jonas. So that was
I
me.
remember
Yeah.
because
So
they had
I
a
was a big
show
fan.
and he was on it, right? A little.
Yes. It was called Jonas. Yeah, I think he was on it. I don't know if every single episode, but I know he's appeared on it at
I
least a
wonder what
couple
he looks like
times.
now because he's gotta be like,
He looks
oh
different.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Favorite sport that
Oh,
you play or watch? Because some people like watching, some of them don't play.
gaming is a sport.
The gaming? Well, aside
Yeah, I
from
mean,
gaming,
okay.
because we've
Aside
been
from
talking about it for a
gaming,
little bit.
okay. I don't play sports. I've never played a sport. I mean, I was a ballerina for 8 years of my life. But it was not something I thoroughly enjoyed all the time. That's why I quit and I did band for 4 years. Um, Sports, like something I would be interested in to watch is like soccer. Um, Play wise, I like playing football. Um, so I would say like either like soccer or football. Like I'll enjoy watching those games or playing it too.
Or what about last movie that made you cry?
Greatest Showman. No, which one was it? It was that one or To All the Other Boys I Loved Before. It was one of those two, but I know I cried during Greatest Showman for
Is
sure.
that is that
That
a
was like a
show
lot
or a
here.
movie? I know it's on Netflix.
That's
Oh,
a
okay,
movie.
okay.
Movie.
No,
Greatest
no, no.
Showman?
Sorry, the other one you mentioned.
Oh, To All
Yeah.
the Boys I Loved Before. Yeah, that's on Netflix. It's a
Okay.
movie. Mhm.
And what about favorite movie or one of the favorites? Because it's kind of hard to pick.
Yeah, my all-time favorite movie, like something I can watch all the time, is Crazy Stupid
Oh, okay.
Fave.
And what about a childhood memory
A
or favorite
childhood
childhood memory?
memory.
Something that makes you happy
Ooh,
when you think about it.
favorite. Okay. Oof, it's rough. Not
I was
rough.
about to say, I'm like, what's rough to think about?
I had a really bad childhood. I'm just kidding. So it's kind of general, I should say. My favorite childhood memories, I should say, was always traveling with my family. So when I was younger, we used to travel a lot. Like when I was younger, I went to Canada, I went to Mexico. I was born in New York, so of course I went to New York a lot. I went to San Francisco, so I went to Cali. I went to Hawaii when I was younger, and I went on a cruise. So I went to like Bahamas and Jamaica and things like that. And being with my family, like family is a very big thing for me. And it's not just my immediate family that went. It's like my uncles, my aunts, cousins gone to with us. So that's probably my favorite childhood memories. I'd say.
And then there was one thing that I did want to ask you, and I forgot prior. But how I know it's kind of like off topic from what we were saying, but how do
Mhm,
you or how did you balance every? I mean, still now you're doing a lot, but you were going to school, you were working, and you were doing streaming.
mhm.
How does how do you balance
I balance everything. It's hard because I don't get to stream a lot. So, I mean, I work. So I know my full time job schedule. I work Monday through Friday, 8 to 3:30 every single day. Um, my other job, it's hard for me to know when I'm working because that's when they're like, okay, you're working these type thing. Um, so basically, on days where I work both jobs, I don't touch my stream. Like it's there's no way I could do it. I used to do it when I first started, and I realized how tired I was throughout the day, how cranky I was throughout the day. So it just wasn't healthy for me. So I had to stray away. But usually when I work like one job, I'll typically hop on stream for a couple hours. Sometimes I don't. So I usually try to leave it for the weekends. As you notice, like I usually tend to stream like Friday, Saturdays, Sundays sometimes. So I guess that's kind of like how I balance it. I don't know if that was like a good answer. Basically, whenever I have free time, I stream,
that?
like completely free
And
time.
what do you say to somebody who wants to start streaming?
I say just go for it. Bite the bullet and go for it. Like you don't know the outcome for it. I like I said, I didn't even know I was gonna get to the point. Like I didn't even know I'd be doing a podcast right now from from just streaming. Like it's pretty cool. I just say do it, and you don't even have to be a gamer. Like you can literally cook. Like I have my cousin's friend who cooks on stream, and he has a really pretty decent following for that. Just cooking or just doing chatting or even like beauty videos, which I've been kind of doing. Not really, just more like get ready with me, just so I could like talk to you guys while I have the time to. Um, so yeah, I just say if you have the time to, if you have the money to do it, because it is pretty expensive. It can get expensive. I just say go for it. Like you won't regret it at all.
And what are three streamers you think we should hear about?
Here from on the
No, or,
podcast.
or yeah, but just in general, like streamers that you watch that
Oh, streamers
other like
I
people
watch.
listening should go and watch their stream.
Um, I think you guys should definitely check out Oh Snap It's Cat. She does a lot of things. I know she does IRL streams. I don't know if she's been doing them often though, but she streams like League, Fortnite, and she sings. She sings amazing, I should say actually. So I definitely say check her out. Um, if you're not the biggest fan or if you don't mind someone without a camera, I definitely recommend checking out Dr. Cool Ranch. He was one of my friends that I watch. I mean, he's one of the friends I watch too, I should say, but I play with very often. He has very good content as well. He plays like Apex, Siege, Sea of Thieves, all those games. Doesn't touch Fortnite, but if you like those games, he's definitely nice to watch. And another one, all I can think of is like the really high ones, and obviously like everybody watches them already. So I don't feel like I can't really say those at the same time. Um
I mean, there's still a lot
oh
of
man.
like I watch like popular ones, but I don't watch everybody to where you could say
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, actually I just remembered. There's these twins that I watch. I believe they're from Australia. My brother told me about them and it's so cool cuz my brother wants to try it one day, but I doubt it'll ever happen for us to stream together like that. They're called the X2 twins. Like I said, they're in Australia, so they stream very late for us. Um, and they basically have like this setup where like they're facing each other. So their monitors are here and they're sitting obviously facing their screen and they have a monitor kind of in front of them to like to the side. So that's where like their chat is going, that's where all their notifications are going. And they basically have like this button and if you press it, it shows their gameplay. So they switch back and forth during the stream. So it's pretty cool content and they're actually very very good players as well.
what do they
So
play?
they play Fortnite.
X2 twins.
Hmm. Yeah, X2 twins. And I think the twins is with a Z, but I could be very, very wrong.
Oh. And then who's somebody? I guess because you kind of brought it up, like on the podcast, but who's somebody that you would want to know, like a streamer that you'd want to know more of? Because I mean, even today, I've learned so much about you than just more than just streaming. Who's somebody that you watch stream that you would
Mm,
like to know a little bit more?
somebody I watch that would want to get to know more of. Mm, that's hard because I like getting to know people because you don't know how they are outside of streaming. Um, ooh, that's a difficult one. If I had to choose one, I would say, okay, I'm gonna pick one that's kind of like very well known, and then one like not so. I don't know how to explain it, but I would say I would really want to get to know Dr. Lupo more. I know, and I say that because he's one of my favorite streamers, so it'd be cool to like learn about him more. Mainly because I don't know if this is true, but my brother told me he's like outside of streaming. Like, I mean, obviously not right now he's doing it, but he's an actual doctor.
Oh,
I don't know
really?
if that's true. That's what he told me, but then like I researched it and researched and I'm pretty sure if that was true, I would find that information somewhere. But I don't know if that's true. But he's a very intelligent man, so like I wouldn't doubt it if it was true either. Like I don't know if that's true. So like I'm very curious to see or to know if that's true or not. And I don't know how I'll ever find that out about him.
Unless
Um
you look up like
but
how
yeah,
it's got his name, because I mean, if he's a doctor, that'll
that
probably
that yeah. Yeah, Dr. Lupo, yeah, and his kids. So, I love kids.
What do you think? Because I'm pretty
um,
sure if you like him, how long have you been following him for?
so I didn't actually start watching Twitch, like anybody on Twitch, since I started streaming.
Okay.
So only for like, he was one of the first ones, maybe a couple months before I started streaming. So maybe a year ago now I started watching.
So, did you watch the roast?
No.
Oh, so I believe it was TwitchCon.
Mm-hmm.
They roasted, or I think it was. I don't think it was anybody in particular. I think it was him, Ninja, Trevor May, Tim. Oh, it was Tim the Tatman roast,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody was like, "It's a roast," so they were going back and forth with each other. But it was like Dr. Lupo had like bent up like rage on these guys, and all his like everybody kind of got a little personal, but he went like pretty hard on some of them. You should check it out if you
Oh
haven't
my
seen it. Um,
gosh. I'm definitely gonna check that out after
yeah, but and then
this.
I think even Ninja said like what did you do to him, Tim, or something like that. Like it was. I mean, it's a roast, so it's all like fun and games, and it didn't look like no like bad blood or nothing. But it was just funny, like
But I feel like down
yeah, but
low.
he took some pretty low shots, but yeah,
Oh my
but
god.
it was funny.
Oh my. They do like roast each other
Oh,
often though,
all the
like
time.
especially recently. Like I'll hop on the streams and they're all talking about like symphony or they're talking poop about each other and I'm just like, when did you guys start being like this? Like I
I feel
don't
like they've
understand
always
it.
let. See, I feel like again, it's like it. You know, it's fun. Like it was just some random person
Hmm.
saying that stuff. It's not gonna be the same thing.
Yeah.
But I think that's why people watch it a lot too, because it's like when there's a
Yeah.
full lobby of Lupo, Ninja, Courage, like all these guys, it ends up being pretty good stream.
I love watching their streams when they're all playing together. It's so entertaining.
That's how I started watching. I started watching Courage first, and then I started watching Ninja, Doctor Lupo, and Tin the Tatman,
Ninja.
and all of that from
I found Lupo through Ninja because he was probably okay. Backtrack. I know you asked me like who was the first person to watch. Like it was actually Ninja, but then one day I saw him like, who is Dr. Lupo? And I remember the first stream I watched him, I didn't know what he did. Like his chair segment that
that.
he does.
Yeah.
I hopped in stream and I'm like, it's a chair. Like I'm so confused right now. Like I mean, I know the chair's not pressing anything, but is this what he does like all the time or what? And then out of nowhere, like he appeared back, and I was like, "Man, I like you." And then I just started watching him from there.
Yeah, that
But
would be a weird stream to be like, oh,
yeah,
you want to know what Twitch is? Let me pull this up, and there's that one.
yeah, so weird. I was like, "There's a chair in the camera, but okay, I'll watch." So
um, well, I know I could keep on going, but I feel bad when I tell people a specific time and it ends up going over long or anything like that.
oh,
But
doesn't matter to me.
so in regards to pretty much your stream, I know we kind of mentioned it, but what's this is your last shot or your last try. What's why should I peek a gander into your stream?
Okay, so I know you touched on it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I love my playlist too. And it is very random. Like it has a ton of genres in it. I do have playlists that are specific genres, but I always tend to just put my random one, which is actually called Rando. And it just has like all the songs that I'll definitely like always listen to at one point. So I always play that. And I do listen to chat a lot. That's also one thing I enjoy doing. I know most people tend to like pay attention to chat, but I'm always chatting with everybody on there. Or trying my best to. Like literally, sometimes I'll end up dying on Fortnite because I'm too busy like chatting with everybody. Um, so I'm very active, I guess you can say, with chat. So I guess that's like a pretty good thing with my stream. Um, Another one that I can say is I do sub Saturdays. So basically, I play with my subs on Saturdays. For the most part, if anyone's down to play, I'll drop what I'm doing and I'll play with you guys as well. So that's always fun. And I don't know what else to say about my
I
stream.
mean,
Like I said, I always thought I was boring, and like I guess this tells me otherwise. So
and if that were true, you wouldn't have people watching, coming back, and doing what they do.
yeah, but like, I mean, sometimes I'll watch my streams and I'm like, I mean, I guess like I'm always like laughing, so I guess it's like always good vibes in my stream. I guess that's like a pretty good thing. Like there's always good vibes. I'm never upset. I'm never mad in my stream. I'm always happy. And that's one thing I always make sure to do when I'm on stream. I mean, like I said, I sometimes I'm upset. Sorry, I stutter. Sometimes I come upset, but once I hop on stream, I'm happy. So I know I'm always having a good time on stream with everybody. So that's probably like if I could say one thing, that would be it with stream. There's always good vibes in my stream. So.
Speaking of good vibes, I remember, I think it was one of the funniest things I think I've seen in your stream. But it was
Mhm.
I don't know who it was, but it was somebody I think you knew in real life, and they were in the
Mhm.
chat, and you guys were like messing around back and forth, and then they said Catherine, and you're
Oh.
you're talking and everything, and you see the name pop up, and you're like, don't you use my real name, and then everybody you were playing with just started cracking up.
Yeah, yeah, I know. So like I used to have this thing where I didn't like being called by my full name, like Catherine. It just sounds so like not old, but like it just sounds so serious. Catherine. I don't know. I grew up with Kathy. Not many people ever called me Catherine, but everyone reacts like that when I say not to use my name because they know it like it doesn't really
Yeah, and
upset
you could
me
tell it
as
wasn't
much
like you got
anymore, but I'm
mad. You were
just
like
like
playfully getting
yeah.
mad at them. Like it wasn't like
I'm like, don't you dare use
yeah.
my real name. But yeah.
All right. Well, that's pretty much gonna do it for this episode. Where can everybody find you? Your name is on the screen, but what's your handle everywhere?
My handle is always gonna be Kathy with a K. So CATHY with AKWITHAK. On Instagram, there is an underscore after that. Just because that Kathy with the K is already
What are the
taken,
odds?
sadly. I know that's what I was like. Who would come up with a name like that? Like I don't. And it's like an account that's not even being used. So I try to stay active on there as much as I can, especially with like streaming and things like that. Um, and then you can also find me on Twitter, just regular Kathy with a K, no underscore or anything. Just regular Kathy with a K, and of course Twitch, Kathy with a K as
All right. Well, I just wanted to say thank you for coming on. You're one of the people, well, one of the streamers that I follow that I've always wanted to get on here because, like, I don't know if I
well. Oh,
mentioned
thanks.
it, but why I wanted to do this too, like a podcast, was to get to know more people and to get to know
Of
people that I
course. Hmm.
follow or that I watch, but also, like I said, just to get to know them more personal. Um,
Thanks for having
no
me.
problem. Yeah, but that's gonna do it. Is there any last words or anything you want to say before you go?
Not really. Not really. No. I think we've kind of covered a lot
Yeah.
actually.
All right
So.
then. Well, thanks for watching and viewing this episode of the podcast with Kathy. I This will be on Spotify if you're listening to it on YouTube, and on Apple Podcasts as well. And yeah, that's gonna do it. Until next week, guys. Thank you for watching.
Bye, guys.